Today's chapter is hope and patient expectation. Hypnosis, no answer to the power of embracing hope and patience through the wisdom and the warnings of Jeremiah 27 to 31, together with the narrative of Mark 15 to 16. These passages teach us to trust in God's perfect timing for fulfillment and a revelation in our lives. Jeremiah 27 to 31. In the fast-paced culture of the United States, waiting can feel challenging. It can feel like the only way to get the life we want is to go out and take it. Jeremiah 27 and 28 warn against the temptation to rush through life. False prophets, eager for quick outcomes, try to barrel ahead of God's schedule. Their actions reveal a deeper issue, a lack of trust in God's process. They want to force results, not understanding that God's plans unfold with great precision. Faith involves trusting in the deliberate work of God and believing that the divine is on the move in our lives before we see the results. In seasons of waiting, we might liken our lives or freshly planted seeds. On the surface, the ground appears dormant, yet under the soil, seeds are preparing to spread. To try and rush the growth process can have detrimental results. We may disrupt the young roots or overwater the seeds in our haste for the harvest. In truth, all we can do is give the seeds what they need and let the process take its course. We wait in patience, expectation for the seedlings to burst forth. This natural cycle of waiting and growth, found in Jeremiah 27 to 31, teaches us about patience and trust in God's timing, even when progress isn't visible on the surface. In Jeremiah 29 to 11 in 1b, God speaks in the Israelites in exile with a powerful promise, for I know the plans I have for you, plans to give you hope and to a future. These words delivered to a displaced people, desperate for restoration, are not merely comforting, they are a call to action. They are delivered with instructions to build houses, plant gardens, marry and seek peace and the prosperity of Babylon. Hope is not just an expectation, it's a way of life. In Mark's Gospel, we see the ultimate example of divine timing in the story of Jesus' death and resurrection. The disciples, Pharisees, and the crowds could not conceive that the suffering and the death of Jesus were a part of God's plan. To Jesus, followers, his crucifixion seemed like a tragic end. To the religious leaders, putting Jesus in death was an attempt to enact what they believed as to be God's plan. And yet Jesus' crucifixion was part of a larger, perfectly timed plan that culminated in Jesus' resurrection, revealing that what might seem like an end was only a transformation. Solemn Mary Magdalene and the other women who followed Jesus embody this posture in Mark 15. Well, aggrieved over Jesus' pain and unsure of what would happen next, the woman faithfully, maybe by his side, trusting that God will ultimately slow them way through, show them God's timing, while sometimes at odds with our own, never fails to deliver in promised time. Promised fruits. What can we play from the Israelites' journey with hope as we navigate our own processes of growth, be they personal, professional, or spiritual? Let's hold fast to these biblical truths. Like seeds planted in a garden, we are tended and cared for by divine hands for a vibrant, unfolding, embracing this season with hope not only offers a peace now, but also prepares us for the joyful revelation of what to come. Amen. Now let's reflect with some questions for today, reflecting on Jeremiah 27 and 29. 28 is, in what ways might you be required to rush through, tempted to rush through life's processes, and how can you trust in God's perfect timing? Secondly, consider the metaphor of freshly planted seeds. How can you embrace the natural cycle of waiting and growth? How does the promise in Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plans I have for you," inspire you to live in hope and actively during times of waiting or uncertainty in your own life? Now I wish to end with a short prayer. God of expectation, thank you for our growth. Help us embrace hope and trust in your divine care. May our be May we be like seeds nurtured for a grand unfolding. Amen.